I'm saying if you want a relationship to work, it takes two people. And I feel like she was, and it's not always 50-50. Sometimes some person's giving 30, the other person's doing 70. You know, you've been married before. What's up, Internet World? We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Leroy.
I'm busy.
That's Michael. We're talking about episode 7 of Invincible.
What's your thing for Invincible? Is it just
pretty much?
Okay.
Like I can't really.
You can't go punching people like you want to?
I mean, I can. I can only do it once. Like, you know, like it's like you can do anything. Yeah, you can do anything
Once? Yeah.
No, Invincible episode 7.
What an episode!
I'm gonna be honest with you.
This is the best one so far.
That's what I was thinking.
Man.
This was the.
And I am like, what do you do in episode 8?
How do you top this?
Right. I was like, because to me, this was the way you end the season. The way you ended. Yeah, we can spoil it from the top. When you, Mark, we need to talk. That's a spoiler.
Whatever that is. Yeah,
that's a cliffhanger, right? So, I don't know.
Because this is the thing. We've been talking about this show in little threads, and they literally answered every single one.
Yeah.
With the exception of one, what's up with Starro? On the
oh, right, the astronaut had the parasite or whatever. Yeah.
So other than that,
yeah,
they were calling shots. They were just. I mean, it literally was watching when we watched Star Wars and one of the Jedi's like choo, 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 like just blocking shots.
Oh, let's get into our biggest disagreement.
Okay, so it started off. I started this episode mad because I love Zazie Beetz. I love the character of Amber. I love the relationship between her and Mark. However, I am not Team Amber. I am
Team Amber.
I am so not. And you go into why you are.
Okay, for me, what I gather whenever I see the character Amber and Mark on screen is that Amber just wants Mark to tell her the truth. I feel like that's all Amber wants. Yeah, just because Mark keeps hinting that, you know, I want to be in this with you for the long haul. You're the one.
But his actions don't show it.
His actions don't show it. And I think all she wants the entire time is just for you to tell her the truth. Mark eventually, and I like how they set it up. He's about to say it, but she closes the door in her face, and it's like, are we gonna go through another episode where he doesn't say anything? Nope. Next scene, he's in the costume. He takes it off. He's like, I'm invincible. She's like, yeah, I know. And I think she just wanted Mark to just talk to her more. That's what I want.
I agree with that. Here's my problem with all of that. I agree 200% with everything you just said. My problem with it is Amber's a smart girl. And I say girl because she's a teenager, young lady.
Sure.
Played by the wonderful, beautiful Zazie Beetz. Check out Atlanta. I can, the Oktoberfest episode.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was really good. But this is the problem that I have with Amber's character. And this is why I get mad, because I understand Zazie Beetz' character, and I'm Team Zazie Beetz in Atlanta versus Amber here in Invincible, because Amber knew he was invincible. She knew that the things that was going on, that why he was such a flake was because he was doing these other things. So if you knew that, why are you mad? Because I can understand her wanting him to tell her. But if you knew, you never broached the fact of, I want you to tell me. You came at him as, you're flaking on things, but the things he's flaking on, he has a legitimate reason, and you know that. So when she says, where were you during the college visit? That's BS. Because you knew where he was. He was right there. But getting his brains bashed in.
Okay.
So your argument shouldn't have been, where were you? Your argument should have been, so we go talk. Like, you see him struggling. You see him trying to do the best, and you know he's not doing a good job. You as the person who's saying, I know he's struggling. Let me extend the olive branch, or let me help you. She never did that. And that was my problem. They made her out to be this angry black girl, which I hate that trope. But the thing is, she was smart enough to know that he's invincible, smart enough to know that all of these things are going on, but not kind enough to say, hey, I want this to work. I believe in you. You say you believe in me. Let's work this out. Because she could have easily dispelled all of this and said, well, Invincible, the next time something happens, she never did that.
Why didn't Mark do that?
Because Mark told her when he came clean, he viewed himself, as protecting her, because he knew once she got into this life, that's it. You're in the life. And so,
where is he basing that model off of? Go ahead.
We've seen exactly what happens in this life. We start the show with the Guardians getting wiped off the earth.
Sure.
Like they got their brains beat in. We saw the woman who was Red Flash or Red. Hold on.
Whatever.
Oh no, I got it up. It's, hold on, because they definitely go tell me in the comments. Red Rush. We saw his girlfriend, wife, or whatever, hanging out with his mom. So we know he knows about this life. He's trying to come to terms with what he wants, and we see that he's like, I want to go to college. I have this play. Let's go together. She knew all of that. So you're not mad at him for not telling you. You're mad at him because he didn't tell you the way you wanted him to tell you.
I think all she wanted was just to tell him.
But the thing is, why?
Because you just told me that you want to spend all this time together, instead of making up excuses of, oh, I had to do this. Like, just tell her what it was.
But the thing is, when he told her, he couldn't tell her. What was her response?
Why'd you wait so long?
So that's my point. It wasn't a matter of he didn't tell her. It was a matter of he didn't tell her the way she wanted to be told. And that's my biggest problem. And I hate that trope of writing women that way. And because I felt there was a smarter way of doing it, because we literally see him struggling every episode. How do I get to Amber and balance this life? And so you're sitting up here knowing this while he's acting like a dumbass, not figuring this out. And I felt like that was a disservice. That was my biggest problem.
Because you said that she had the angry black girl or angry black woman trope. I didn't feel like she was necessarily angry, because in my mind, for that to have
at the place, end, that last episode, I felt that vibe. Okay. So not throughout the whole thing, just that episode.
Okay. All right.
But because like when he came up and he was like, "Hey," she's like, "I don't care," and and the thing what got me was, she was hurt physically. This man did everything he could to be with you in spite of everything going on, and you didn't take it. And to me, I felt like she took it for granted. And that's my biggest beef, because when he's about to go get his brains beat in, who's sitting up there watching TV like, oh no, Mark, you had your opportunity to talk to him. You know he got his brains beat in when Titan tricked him into helping, because Eve told you. And that is my biggest problem with all this. In
a previous episode or thing, we had talked about whether or not she knows that Eve was a superhero. I feel like maybe she does now. Because it seems like maybe she it seems like she knows who superheroes are.
And that's the thing. And that's why I'm kind of irritated with Amber, in the sense of, so if you know, stop acting like you don't know. And be a little bit more considerate. In other words, you know that phrase, you don't know what path someone's on, or walk a mile in that person's shoes. That's kind of how I feel. She's being a little selfish, and that's just me. That's just I feel like her character is being a little selfish, and I said that's the difference between Zazie Beetz' character and Atlanta. And the reason why I bring it up is because I can see why she's mad at Donald Glover, because Donald Glover is terrible.
He trash.
Oh, he is trash. I love the show. I love Donald Glover, but good Lord, you are trash. And I can see her. And because it's written well. And I think that one part is my biggest problem with this episode. Other than that, magnifique. What is it? How do they
Magnifique?
say? Magnifique.
Yeah, I mean, Chef's Kiss,
Sacre Bleu. It was amazing.
It was really good. I mean, as soon as I was watching, I texted you. I mean, essentially, they did a Hammer of Dawn, Gears of War style
Gears of War
on
Hammer
him.
of Dawn. Only thing was, I didn't get to run with Mark Phoenix.
Yes. Everything about the episode was, I mean, I think the animation was on point, the dialogue was great, the tension that they did in the show was great, because they had this whole running clock of, we need to get to Mark before Omni-Man does, and I felt it, like, are they going to get it? They kept trying to stop him. It was...
And the thing is, they didn't even try to, they knew they weren't going to stop him, they were just trying to buy time.
Right.
And what I really loved about this episode was the pacing from Sandra Oh's character of coming to terms with what Cecil had been planning the entire show. And with Cecil saying, we can't stop him. There's no, like, I know. And I know he killed the Guardians. We needed to know how, like, we needed to watch and figure out where Mark was on this. And her realizing the reason why they kept testing Mark, they kept doing things, was because they needed to see if Mark was with him, or could Mark be on their side? Because if not, he rules the world. Yeah. Essentially, Omni-Man is our leader, and governments bow to him, because how do you stop him?
Who's the guy? Who's Walton Goggins? What's his
He's
character?
Cecil.
Cecil says the
Sandra also, bravo, Walton Goggins. Oh my gosh.
Sandra Oh says, "Are you going to stop this from destroying?" He's like, "I can't. No, I don't know what side he's on." It's like, wow, that sucks. And I really like the fact that Cecil knows he's an a-hole. It's like, I gotta be, because I'm protecting the globe.
I have to, not only protecting the globe, every citizen who's on this planet, I'm responsible for, because if he goes rogue, how do we stop him? And that was just one of those things. And shout out to the animators for finally showing us. And Snyder fans, bring it on.
Oh God.
This is what Batman was scared of.
Right.
This right here is the first time I think we have ever seen a Superman type figure, the way he can move, the reason why Batman has been terrified of Superman if he ever was to go rogue. Sure. When he caught those people in his house,
like it was nothing.
We have never seen a fight like that before.
Yeah.
Think about the fact that he stood up, he flew, and he just flinched and broke a person. Like,
he pushed somebody on a counter,
and his
body
just was
like, whoa!
The eye was wild. His body went this way. His legs stayed here.
That was wild. It was like a Mortal Kombat fatality. It was crazy.
He punched a person in the face with his own gun.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Are you insane?
Yeah.
I mean, like, that to me, and that's why I said, and friend of the show, Avery, and I wreck Avery every chance I get, because when I talk about Invincible, he's like, "Oh my gosh, Omni-Man." I was like, "Yeah, better than the Justice League." and I'm trolling him, I'm making fun, but
yeah,
that's the thing that I think Zack Snyder missed in all of the way Superman can move and does move. I think that's what was missing in the Justice League that we get to see in Invincible. That you're literally watching this man. And and everyone around knows we can't stop him. We can only hope to contain him.
One thing that I think that show has done a good job of is, and you kind of talked about it, Omni-Man is unstoppable, but it does seem like there are at least some things he
cares about.
Right. Like, I am shocked and I'm happy that the wife is still alive, because I thought for sure he's like, game's up, it's over. Yep. Snap her neck, we're done. Yep. And they've done it in a believable way that even though this guy is essentially an omnipotent, all-powerful God, there is still something in him that he hasn't crossed yet. So I believe that he hasn't, why he wouldn't have killed her yet.
But another thing too is why he hadn't killed her is because he knows that, like, he has to get to Mark before Cecil and his mom tells Mark he's the one who killed the Guardians. If it comes out that Omni-Man had killed his mom, it's so, like, you killed Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Yeah. You killed my mom.
Yeah.
All bets are off. I'm coming for you. So that was like this episode, the pacing, the animation, the wrapping up of plot lines with the robot, and why he picked.
Thank you for bringing Jason Mantzoukas back. He's like, why do you look like me? Why are you a little boy? What is this? It was great. I was dying at every line Jason Mantzoukas delivered.
line. He was like, this is a lot for one day.
Yes.
He was like, and then my favorite part was when Cecil told him, "You sit down." He was like, "Did he say against Omni-Man?"
Yes. Yeah.
And when he looked at that spot on the wall, he was like, "I think we know what happened to the last Guardians."
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
This has been a great ride.
Bravo, Jason, like this. I have not laughed so hard since the League with Jason.
Yeah.
I mean, he killed it.
So Robot is a human.
Yes.
Interesting.
All
Did you know
those
that?
were drones. I told you no. I've only seen red.
Okay, cool.
Pieces.
Because that was cool. It's like
Yeah.
interesting. I kind of wish I knew the backstory of what happened to him. I don't necessarily have to have it. I think I just would like to know more about the character overall. Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh man, I like the little parts that I think that they wrote this the way they wrote this episode was we see why Robot did all of these things, and then he did, and they're like he did it for Monster Girl, and you get that realization, you feel that, and then so he basically comes out to everybody and is like, this is what happened, this is what goes on, and she's like, this is a lot to process.
Yeah.
But then when everybody sees, oh, Omni-Man's about to kill us all, you saw them hold hands. And I was like, oh, y'all really realize y'all about, like, there's a mark on the wall that Cecil left to remind you
Right.
what happened the last time
Yeah.
Omni-Man lost his, I don't even want to say lost it, where he decided to do something against the will of others.
And that's the part that's wild, right? This entire time, he's been, I mean, he's incredibly powerful, but I don't think he's really snapped, right? He's been completely in control of what he wants. So it's just even crazier to think about what he could do if he's unhinged.
If he is unhinged,
Yeah.
I think that man could literally destroy the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see him, if unhinged with his. Remember when Cecil was like, "Yeah, we doped her up and we took all the pain receptors off, and then we told her it was your fault." It's like, what happens if you do that to him?
Yeah.
Because I'm a little scared because this episode showed the true raw power of Viltrumite, but also of a Kryptonian. And that's why I loved Man of Steel, because Man of Steel was the first time you got to see what happens during a real world fight with Superman against another, and that's why I don't, and I tease people about Zack Snyder and this Justice League, where I feel like I didn't think he got that right. He got his universal, his interpretation, but I feel like Man of Steel he got right. That was the first time on screen that we got to see a fight between two Kryptonians the way it was meant to be. And this is the first time we're seeing someone of that power set just moving through our world as if because there is no stopping him.
Poor Immortal. You come back just to die again.
Oh
man, that was wild.
Son, that was a great fight.
It was.
And that was a great moment. And the clones,
yeah.
I'm doing a lot of slow clapping because this episode was everything.
Yeah.
I don't know how you top it.
Yeah, I mean that's probably it, right? I guess our big lingering questions are maybe there'll be some type of resolution between Amber and Mark in the next episode or something. I don't know. And what is episode 8 going to be?
I kind of don't want them to be.
Okay.
I want in episode 8, and the only way you can kind of stop Omni-Man, honestly, is if you out him. And I don't know why Cecil hasn't done that. Like, Cecil should get on camera and be like, Omni-Man killed the Guardians. And teleport his ass out. Like, do you a press conference on the other side of the world, teleport in, be like, Omni-Man killed them all, boom, out. Because you see the world saw him kill Immortal, and you saw Mark's reaction. Maybe that idea that the entire world hates you may make him leave. But then it may just make him say...
That might piss him off more. Yeah.
And
so, it's calculated risk.
I don't know, but I kind of don't want them to resolve it. I want Mark to just go along with his life and him start to spend more time with Adam, with Eve, and Amber, and she's like, she realizes she made a mistake where she could have handled things better. And I'm not saying Mark is without fault. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you want a relationship to work, it takes two people. And I feel like she was, and it's not always 50-50. Sometimes some person's giving 30, the other person's doing 70. You know, you've been married before. Didn't even see it coming. Kind of like Red Rush.
I saw it as it was happening. Like this. There we go.
Did you see it like Red Rush saw it when he had to move?
Yeah, slightly. Yeah, it's like, oh, this is about to be. Here it goes, and I took the bullet.
But
yes.
the thing is, it takes two people, and that's the problem I have with that whole thing. I felt like she could have done more to help him along if she cared, because she knows in her heart she cares for him.
Okay.
So whoo.
We keep going, but we actually are on a deadline.
Ooh, deadlines.
Yeah, shut up. Like, comment, subscribe for more videos from us. Hit the bell to know when we're putting them out. Find us here on YouTube, also Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WTX.com. We're out.